Good morning students, I welcome you all for today's online economics class, and today we will discuss the last topic of part A, that is microeconomics. Is it? Topic is price ceiling and price floors. They are commonly known as some important tools or applications of demand and supply curve. That means before that or in previous lectures or topics we have discussed regarding law of demand, law of supply, and how demand curve changes, how supply curve changes, extension, contraction, is it increase, decrease, whatsoever, price elasticity. But today we will discuss the topic what is meant by price ceiling and what is meant by price floor. These are two concepts or these are the two focusing points in which government plays very important role. Means government is intervening in price ceiling and price floors, because all of you are aware it is demand and supply, or you can call two important forces of market, that is demand and supply, who determines the equilibrium price. But when government intervenes sometimes, what will happen? Today we will discuss that. Is it? That means today's topic is price ceiling and price floors. In both the prices or in both the situations, government is intervening. Question arises here, why? And what will happen? If government will intervene, what will happen? In price ceiling and price floor we will discuss. First the top point is price ceiling. Price ceiling is the maximum price which the seller can charge from the buyer. It is the maximum price which the seller can charge from the buyer, and always it is lower than equilibrium point or equilibrium price, because government is fixing the rate. It is the government who is fixing the rate below the equilibrium point or equilibrium price of a commodity. Then that is called a price ceiling, or you can call it the maximum price charged which a seller can charge from the buyer. Like as diagrammatic view, I will give you the short explanation. OX-axis quantity is measured, OY-axis price is measured, RDQ discussed. This is supply curve upward, this is demand curve downward, is it? And both of these curves are intervening here. They are joining at point E. All of you are aware this is the equilibrium point according to normal sense. But what will happen when government is intervening in price? That means this is the original price here. That means OP and OQ is original price and quantity. Original price and original quantity. When government is intervening, and we have discussed that it is the price ceiling is lower price as the market price, market equilibrium price. Market equilibrium price is this one, and P1 will be the new price which have been determined by the government. And what will happen? There will be new points, point A and point B. This point and point A and point B will happen. Now this is the situation that OQ1 and OQ2 will be the new equilibrium quantities. That means this AB, normally you will call it is excess demand, because demand is greater, supply is less. And that kind of cases you are seeing in situations of food crops, food grains, and secondly in essential commodities. This scenario, this situation is applied on two cases or two products. Number one, essential commodities, and number two is food grains. That means government is fixing rate of essential commodities and food grains lower as compared to the market rates and market price. Market equilibrium point is this, but government is fixing this price, that means lower than that. Why? Because all the poorer sections of the society can afford it or can buy the commodity at their wishes. Okay. Now I will give you the concept regarding price floors. Shortly I have written here, point A and B is the price ceiling point. This point, it is price ceiling, lower than equilibrium price. Now another point is here, what is meant by price floors. Price floors is totally opposite of this one. Here government is intervening and government is lowering the price as compared to market price. But in this situation, government is fixing the price above the equilibrium price. And that is why it is the minimum price. Minimum means less of that no one can give the price to any farmer or to any other person. That means why this is called a minimum. Means more of that we can give, but less of that we can't give. I will give the explanation. That is why I have written here minimum price fixed by the government. It is the minimum price which every seller have to pay to their buyer. That means here, like as I will give the example, In India, all of you are aware that here food crops, there is the seasonal activity is there, and for that you are once again aware, and in class 10th you have been discussed this point that there is food crops, sorry, this MSP, minimum support price, is it? MSP is there, or in chapter food security, and situation is applied here. Means you are aware when supply of anything is greater and demand will be less, because when there is the harvesting season in India, take example October or September, is it? On that time is supply of food crops, take example rice or wheat, that is excess. Demand for these rice and wheat, that will be low, because near about majority of people or farmers have availability of this rice or wheat. That is why they will demand less, but supply is excess. And what will happen? The price will automatically fall. When price will fall, that means the farmers will suffer in that kind of situation. And on the time government is supporting them, government is applying MSP, minimum support price. Minimum support price is always greater than market price, and this is discussed here. Means market have determined, take example 10 rupees, OP we say, and OQ. But when government is intervening, MSP is always greater than market price. This the situation is greater than that is P1, and Q1 and Q2 will be quantity supply and quantity demand of the commodity. That means this MSP is supporting, this minimum price floor is supporting the farmers, is it? For movement of their income, is it, or increasing income, because it is supporting them, they are getting more, how much they have been expected from the market, is it? That means it is minimum price fixed by the government. For example, it is applied in food crops, because on the harvesting time the production is excess, demand is less, so price will automatically fall, and definitely that means in that kind of scene, that kind of case, farmers will suffer. But government is supporting them with the help of MSP, minimum support price, is it? And that is called the price floor. Okay, thank you.